And when you have the start of the race, you feel that all the people they just block the breath just to see what's going on, and you have.
After a race, when you had one beer, it's amazing. Wow, you feel like tequila.
It's the greatest race in the world. Never dreamed I'd be here.
At the end of the race, when you're up on the podium, if you're on the podium, you know, just a sea of people.
Oh.
That's what really makes it cool.
Some teams go through some serious crashes and rebuilds, and man, it's like all these guys, it's impressive.
It's magical, it's historic, I love it.
But it wasn't difficult to stay awake, but as soon as the race finished, you're dead.
What's it like to drive?
The best thing you'll ever do.
Yeah, very good. Excited, you know.
Looks quick.
Yeah, you are not as fast as Toyota, but I hope we are not far behind. Let's see.
No, that's what it is. I mean, I don't get involved. I'll drive the car.
When I jumped in for the first couple of laps, I was like, shit.
That's the first time I'm come here, so that's new for me. But cars and party.
The minimum time for each driver is 6 hours, then we are 3. And the other 2 have to do 6 and 6, and then I do the rest. Woo!
It's Le Mans, and it's my first time, and it's a special one because I'm racing with my dad.
The feel that it's still dangerous, the fact that you drive at night, the speed, the run-up.
If the opportunity comes, for sure, you can't say no.
Feel the emotion and love the motorsport this weekend. That's really important.
Jackie, can I ask a quick question? What is it about this race that is so special for you?
It's so special this year. It's because for the first time, instead of having 0 spectators, we've got 50,000 spectators. Of course, it's not the 260,000 we used to have, but yes, it's almost a 100-year race. It's exceptional, really. And to see the crowd watching the race, having few hyper cars, and the competition is going to be strong. That's the way it is, as you know. I'm very enthusiastic about the future anyhow. And the perenity of Le Mans, it's there today because they have been able, in terrible conditions, to organize the race. And wow, it's fantastic.
What do you make of Le Mans?
It's amazing. It's just so special. The night, you know, the first lap you do in the night is just incredible. I think the level, everything's, you enjoy, you push really your own limits. So I'm super happy to have this opportunity.
Oh, how are you? Okay.
Yes.
Good to see you. I've done this for, I don't know, since 2003. Mate. And it just, every time it gives me chills. I tell you, I've been here in December, and you can stand right down there and you can hear the crowd in December. You just hear the echoes of it. It's amazing. So, yeah. Jim, the dream comes true. On the grid, what you've done has caught the motorsport world's heart, their imagination. You're doing what every motorsport fan in the world could only dream of doing. Does it feel real to you yet?
You know, I always like the journey. So from the first second I took a napkin and sketched this car, I believed we would be here. I believe that if you can dream something, you can do it. I'm so proud to be here. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy that when we walk by, the fans stand up and they wave American flags and things. I just wish there were 300,000 people here. I think it'd be like a rock concert.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. How is it for you?
Oh, mega. No, it's good. I mean, so far it's been a cool week, very long. Obviously we started from Sunday, but yeah, the pace is there and I think we should have a good result.
And what about this atmosphere on this grid? I've never known so many people on a grid.
It's nice to have this in the last 2 years. I have to say, I'm a bit of a old school, but it's so good to have some people here and, you know, enjoy the atmosphere like it should be.
What am I doing here? I'm at the greatest race in the world.
What's up, brother?
How you feeling?
I'm good, man. It's all good. Exciting. Yeah, it's coming.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. You taking the start or? Yeah. No, it's coming for sure. For sure. Yeah, we have a guy 15 k's out. He's already fully wet. No,
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like proper rain or just?
No, proper rain.
I know you. All right. Couple of ones.
Thank you, Will.
Pleasure, guys.
What are you doing here?
I mean, it's an off weekend, so I thought, why not?
That's exactly the same thing I thought.
First time, man.
Is it?
What a bust. What keeps you coming back, man?
Oh, I love this race. Monaco, this, Indy. This race is awesome. And, you know, we're in P2. 26 cars, I think 10 can win. I mean, it's going to be a 24-hour sprint race.
You've got to be careful with your tyre choice because there's so many cars. And if so many cars are going over it, it dries so quickly.
Oh, really?
So if you're on the wrong compound wet, if you go for the full wet, after a lap, you could be in the wrong tyre.
Yeah.
And then you've got to come in and change. And then you might have to go from full wet to normal wet and to slick. And you're then a pit stop out the window. So you might have to look after a wet tyre or risk it on a slick. This is a tough decision now for all the people starting.
What's the choice? Slicks or wets?
I don't think it's going to get really bad. Well, who knows, but it looks like the worst of it's going to miss us, but for sure it's going to keep raining. But always, the last time this happened was like 2016, and they put a safety car out for the first one. So, we'll see.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Have fun.
See you later.
It's so emotional. So many people. And now the grid's clearing, but the clouds are rolling in. It's grey skies, so it's coming. Glickenhaus was going for it early. Oh man.
And like that, it's begun. 61 cars, 24 hours. And the quest, for some, to simply see the flag at 4 p.m. on Sunday. For many, this race is the culmination of a lifetime's dreaming. For the vast majority, the absolute highlight of their year. And for the lucky few, a baptism. As it turns out, I'm not the only person visiting Le Mans for the first time.
It's part of Ferrari, and Ferrari is part of Le Mans. The first victory of Ferrari was in 1949, and following that 8 other victories, and it's really been an incredible testing ground, a laboratory, and the endurance space allowed Ferrari to build wonderful cars to compete, but also wonderful cars on the road, and that relationship is one that has continued, and more importantly so, is one that we really think has a lot for our future.
You got to sit in the car behind you, the first Ferrari winner from 1949. You got to wave the flag to start the race, as your grandfather did before you. What does this place mean to you, personally?
It was a discovery. I had never been, and it's been a wonderful privilege to really learn and be part of such a wonderful atmosphere where who loves cars comes together, and that group effort that you see in the teams with the pilots, with the engineers, the mechanics, and all of it at play is very, very unique.
What's this like for you, to see everything with fresh eyes, to experience something in this world of racing and in this world of Ferrari for the first time?
All first times are very special, and particularly when they're good. And there are many first times during Le Mans. First time a race at night, and that's incredible. You have these rockets on wheels. And what's also very exciting about this race is you have the same intensity that you would have in a shorter race. So it's not because it's 24 hours that the intensity is lower. And if you actually see how it ends, when we won in 2019 in the GT series, it was under a minute. And it's very, very close.
It's an incredible race, an incredible thing to be a part of. Ferrari returns, of course, in the new Hypercar division. What would it mean to you to see Ferrari take overall honours for a 10th time at Le Mans?
Well, they're all great round numbers. Ferrari stopped in 1973, so it's 50 years that it's coming back. Ferrari won the first championship in 1953, so it's 70 years, and Le Mans celebrating 100 years. So it would be definitely something we're very keen and proud of being able to come back, and no doubt that from 9 to 10 it's another round number, which would make us all who love Ferrari and who love racing, it'd be a very special present and tribute to Le Mans.
This year represents the start of a new era at Le Mans, the hypercar generation. While Ferrari will join the likes of Peugeot, Porsche and Audi in attempting to defeat the all-conquering might of Toyota in the years to come, in 2021, that challenge falls to privateers Glickenhaus and to another brand we know from Formula One, Alpine.
How was the break? Good?
Good. Short, but good.
Short,
you?
But good. Short, but very good.
Good.
Yes.
And then we get a weekend off, and what do?
Racing.
Come to a racetrack.
Obviously, and drive the car in the Linear Straight. You know, push there. It was nice.
Is this your first one?
Yeah, first time I drive here.
Because you drove it as well?
I drove, yeah. I did one lap in the GT4. Mega. It's so fast.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And you got it before the rain came?
Yeah, I got it before the rain came as well. So lucky. I think in an F1 car it must be epic. So also in the prototypes it must be awesome.
Would you like to do it?
If the opportunity comes, for sure. You can't say no. But Formula One focus.
This is just the most unbelievable experience, though, isn't it? The track, the atmosphere, the fans, the tricolor, the Marseillaise, the whole thing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was great. It was was awesome to stop there, see the marshals, see all the fans, on the grandstand. It was mega.
And a track to drive, like.
Yeah, there was a lot of rubber. It was. I got to 280 kph in the GT4. Yeah, rev limiter of 6 gear. So very, very long straight, and I was just testing the curves, see how it feels, everything. I was trying to maximize, my time in the track. So that was mega.
Oh man, it's so cool. And to have Alpine here as well must be great for the team, for everyone.
I'm very happy to have the chance to see from the inside, because I've been spectator like when I was 10 or 11 years old, And you know, I was a spectator, and I got great memories from the cars, you know, with the lights on, passing flat out in the straight. But to seeing it from the inside, you know, it's fantastic, you know, to be able to speak with the other drivers that I know as well, the engineers, see the differences from F1 to this, and see how the driver, they look after each other. You know, it's really cool, really cool.
And they're not fighting each other like you do in F1.
No, exactly.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Are you staying for the whole thing?
I don't know, probably. I will probably do. For sure, the whole today, I'm staying. Then I need to do some simulator on Tuesday and Castrol event on Monday, so pretty busy.
I'll see you out in the woods tonight.
Yes. See you later.
Thank you.
"90 minutes in, one Formula One Grand Prix, with another 15 to go. When I first started out in the sport, that was an entire F1 season. Lapping the track from high above, it starts to dawn on me. The magnitude of this race, what it takes to even finish, is something I've always known, but until now do I realise never quite understood. It's epic, a truly gargantuan task. And this isn't a casual get in and nurse the car home type job. Endurance racing isn't just about enduring. It's a fight, every lap on the limit. And while these cars may look big, in real life they're anything but. Underneath the bodywork of the LMP2 and hypercars, they're essentially single-seaters. In technology, in driving position, in driving demand. They're at the very top. Every team and driver here in every one of the categories faces the most incredible challenge. 13.5 kilometers in a little over 3.5 minutes, continually, for one complete rotation of the Earth.
And I managed to put on a good show for you.
I appreciate that.
I hope I don't run out of time.
Man,
you want to come inside?
Can we do that? Are we allowed? Can we come in?
Sure.
Can we bring the boys?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Center here. These guys will stay up for 24 hours here running both cars. That's the 28, this is my crew, but they obviously work a lot together. And then we got these cars, man, it's exactly the same engine I used to run in World Series. So
no way.
It kind of brings me back in time, you know.
Does it drive the same?
Yeah, the car's a little bit more understeer, but yeah.
But in terms of like application of power, it's just
it's
the same.
Pretty in condition right now, like everything's put together, final check before the race. We don't drive today.
Oh my god, it's so small.
Man, look at the inside.
Sorry, mate.
So obviously.
Oh my god.
Take the leg, piece out. On the headrest. But yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a real single-seater driving position?
Yeah. Real single, the seat's not fully in position, but yeah, full single-seater driving position. Yeah, the bit of a control panel we got AC, which is nice.
Nice.
You don't really feel it though. It's cool. And yeah, lots going on in the steering wheel as well. We got engine maps, pedal maps. We used an idea we took from an F1 team when I was there. We got the tire grip rotary.
Oh, nice.
Without going on the radio, we can tell the team how the tires are dropping out, and you know, can we double stint, triple stint, quadruple stint the tire. So just keep the team informed, keeps us awake at night. You know, keep updating stuff. Traction control, which we have. We don't have ABS in these cars, so it's very pure. It's super cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's smaller than I thought.
Nice door, very thin.
think cars have bumped heads somewhere, so... Yeah, man, so it's having fun here.
Oh, man. It's amazing. And what's it like at night?
Man, hard. Very tricky. Like, yesterday I did some night laps and we were quick, but honestly, after like 5 or 6 laps, I was just struggling to see where I was going. Like, had to extra focus, like, where's the apex, where's the apex? And obviously this can be helped with nutrition, proper rest. You know, yesterday was a long day, we had Super Bowl and everything, and so now we're getting into the place where I'm already eating the right stuff, drinking the right stuff, making sure I'm sleeping at the right times and never run into that situation again.
Oh, man.
So with a physio...
Because you were tired last night?
I was tired, yes.
Oh, wow.
I was very tired. So, yeah, I'm just letting the boys need to do a bit of work.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it's cool, man.
They're amazing. They're amazing. I can see why you love it.
How do you see it? Have you been around a bit?
I've just been trying to take it all in. I haven't been out on track yet. I'm going to go during the race. I'm going to be on the grid, and then I'm going to go out on track during the night and just see how it's all going. See how it is. I want to experience it like in the middle of the intensity of competition.
Man, it's a shame you're doing this through this pandemic, because when no COVID time, 350 people around this place, the grid is packed. Man, it's awesome. It's honestly, it's chill. It's fucking cool.
Good to see you, man.
You too, man. Welcome in the garage anytime, yeah?
Thank you, buddy.
Anytime in the night if you want to see. Come inside.
Thanks, bud. Love it. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In front of an expectant president, Ferrari battle it out for the lead of the GTE Pro category. Having seen Toyota regain the leading 2 positions in the hypercar class, Alpine remains in a strong position for the podium, with the challenge of Glickenhaus ever present. The 38 Jota leads in LMP2. But with the taps in the sky turning on and off at will, even race favourites get caught out. With 20 hours remaining, dusk joins rain at the Circuit de la Sarthe. And as day becomes night, it's here that Le Mans can make you or break you. But it's not just the drivers who have to be at the top of their game. No race here is won without its crew. The engineers poring over reams of data, bleary-eyed into the early hours. The fuel and tyre guys moving with precision and speed in their hourly pit stops. Those same men and women charged with mending that which breaks on track, whenever they're called on. Little wonder they get what rest they can, wherever they can.
I'm so sorry.
That's racing sometimes, but honestly, nothing she could have done.
No, there's nothing she could have done.
No, Colapinto came from nowhere,
Oh,
and then
man.
this other guy that seems like he was blind, so
Did you say it's racing, but I can't make it any easier?
no, it was a hard one, but honestly, I enjoyed my first three stints like nothing before, really, you know, in the wet, then switch to slicks was incredible. It was looking really good for a moment there, but it will only give us more reasons to come back stronger.
Then you'll be back.
I hope so. I hope so.
Awesome. I'll let you get on. Thank you.
Despite heartache and a lack of sleep, there's nothing like nighttime at Le Mans. It is quite simply nothing short of magical.
that means we're halfway through the 24 hours of Le Mans, and I got to be honest, I don't know if I can recall ever being this tired. I can barely feel my feet nor remember what my name is. I don't know how or why these guys do what they do. Alarm for 5 and it went off and I just went, nope.
Yeah, go ahead, laugh it up. But at Le Mans you take what sleep you can, where you can, when you can.
You see, you found me looking at my best.
With the sun rising, there's still 10 hours of the race to go, and my bleary-eyed question from 4 AM still rings in my head. How do they do it? And why do they do it? To answer that, a man so successful at this race that they named him after it. Mr. Le Mans.
What does this place mean to you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was called 4 days before they went in 1997, so no time to prepare. So actually, racing here 18 years with great teams, great teammates, and unbelievable experiences. You know, I can talk for hours, and I promise I won't. I reflect more now than when I come back now after a career here. It's of course means everything to me. It's sort of the crown jewel of my career, the racing I've done here. I've done plenty of racing, but coming back here, it just means so much.
It can all disappear, though. One lap, one corner from the finish. What do you need to be a winner at Le Mans?
You need all the things. You need strong, be very determined, confidence, but not overly aggressive, but aggressive. You need to go into any corner faster than you think is possible. Have the strength to do it again and again over such a long time. So, as you know, when you come for braking, you completely you stop breathe until you go through the corner, you accelerate, and then you start breathing again. The pulse rate is very high due to all these things. So, in one word, be alert and be focused when you're pushing the car. That little bit of luck is following these people who don't blink and have a good confidence. Good teammates, good mechanics, good engineers, everything. One little weak part can break loose, and it will become a tragedy instead of a triumph. To finish at Le Mans, for me, it's something very remarkable, and to win it, it's something I'm very privileged and humble and thankful about.
To know you can have such heartbreak here, what keeps you coming back every year? What's the drug that keeps drivers wanting to come back, wanting to try to repeat that success year on year?
It's just the toughest motor race, but it's also the greatest togetherness with your team, the preparation with your teammates. You have to function. You have to. You learn so much about yourself. You know, being a racing driver, it's very selfish. You focus on your own career for a long time, and then when you realize here you have to share your emotions, share your feelings, share your experience to make the car better. That for some becomes really an asset, and I think that's what I felt. And then being blessed with meeting and speaking with some of the greatest drivers who has competed here before me, who had inspired me to come here, that's something I like it. So definitely the history heritage is a big part of this. And then that you just can't go here every now and then. It takes a year to get to. So once in a year, and for some, once in a life, but for me it was 18 races.
To sit here now, and as you say, the greats have raced here. Not every great has triumphed here, but to know that your name will forever be linked with this place, that you may be the greatest driver that ever raced at this racing track. What does that do inside your soul? It means so much. When I was here, I was always. I think when you have tried the opposite of triumph a few times here, this really gets to you, and that have certainly helped propel me. Maybe not always enjoying every moment, but being then focused on not these things not happening again. But as I said before, I'm incredibly privileged, and that call from Ralf Jütten 4 days before the event in '97, yeah, I'm very glad that the cellular connection worked back then. Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
It's a shame, they tell me, to attend my first Le Mans in times like these. Better than last year when there were no fans, but still. And yet there's something even more special about those 50,000 lucky enough to have got their hands on this year's golden tickets. After 18 months, the likes of which none of us have known or would wish to know again, those who line this track are here not just with fanaticism coursing through their veins, but gratitude. To be here, together. To be back in the place that they call home. There's a community, a spirit of family throughout the paddock. From the marshals whose attention never wavers through the night and into the dawn, the vendors selling hot dogs and t-shirts to an adoring throng of excited fans, young and old. The media whose knowledge of this place and this race is encyclopedic. What it means, even for the racers themselves. For while they all want nothing more than to beat their rivals, nobody here wants to see a competitor fail, because they all know what it takes to even get to the start of this race, let alone the finish. And that ultimately, it's Le Mans that chooses you, or breaks your heart.
It's 2 hours to go, man. I know you've been in this position. You've had the heartache, but you've had the glory as well. How tense is it?
It's very tense here. Imagine, I mean, we both come also from the F1 days, and lots of fans relate to it. We still have a full Grand Prix ahead of us. Grand Prix distance in 2 hours is not about, but almost 10% of the race still. And we have seen that sometimes in the last lap, the thing breaks down. Drivers make mistakes, officials make mistakes, hopefully not, but This race has given us so many character building moments, not only us at Toyota, but in the recent history, yes. And I know as a driver, I've been there in the lead and suddenly a problem and you lose it all.
How do you approach these final 2 hours? Because you must be so tired and yet you've got to be at your most focused.
Yes. So almost now we need a bottle of wine, sit down and talk about it, because it's a philosophical approach. Because over the years you learn that you can't force it. You have to actually just execute by your feeling, by your training, and you just have to let it happen. It's really, it sounds totally wrong for an engineering approach, because we are systematic. We have our lists, our checklists, we double, we triple check. But bottom line is, you have to go with the flow, and Le Mans chooses you as a winner.
So I've heard this a lot, that Le Mans chooses you. Is there, we never believe it in motor racing. I know drivers don't believe it, but an element of fate, that yes. What will be, whatever happens, happens.
Someone told me I said it first, because I think I did it 8 times. 1-2 times, and other than one time where we had no chance to win. Always retired with a technical issue in the lead, and then at one point you think, what is it? Because it goes through all this process-driven world. But it is one of the ultimate challenges of man and machine against a 24-hour watch, and that brings everyone to fatigue. I think you're here first time. If you're ever out on the track, you know, it's ultra fast. You know, our average speed is faster than most of the F1 Grand Prix. The drivers, we are just going over all the curbs we can find, because
every lap's a quali lap.
Absolutely.
Like it's a proper. I thought it'd be holding back, taking it easy. It's push every lap.
Yes, no, absolutely. So that's super cool, you know. And I love it the most in the night, for example, because you get this tunnel vision, because the light only shines ahead. So you come to the Porsche corners and you're steering into the wall of darkness. But you know, no one took the track away, so it is there, and you're doing 320 on the entry and 290 next to the wall. No room for error, maybe 20 centimeters. It's there every lap. But after a while, you find your inner peace, and it's so calm, and it's all you want to do is just keep going and keep the rhythm, keep the flow. In the night is also beautiful, because mostly the pros are driving in the night, so they can also see you better. They know when you're diving in or not, because you can see it in the mirrors. So for me, night driving is my pure love. Of course, it should be dry, because in rain it becomes havoc.
And to win, is it elation? Is it relief?
No, it's ecstasy. Or whatever. It is a relief when you had technical issues and you just bring it over the line. But it's a victory for a lifetime, and you just, every time you remember it, you are happy. And it's so sensational to be up on the podium. You look down, not under COVID, but normally we have 50, 60,000 spectators coming in. Looks like Monza. You look down on the Le Mans crowd, and they have been with you for 24 hours. They are equally tired, they're equally exhausted, and you're celebrating this race. Not just the winner, you celebrate the race in this moment, and it's so emotional. And that stays as such a sweet memory for your lifetime, because you had to work 364 days for this victory. And yeah, just completely caught me off guard, a wet track on that one corner. And the guy in front of me went off as well, and I think he distracted me a bit, but no excuses. Hold my hand up, it was my mistake, and I've never done that before. Hopefully won't ever do it again, but yeah, a bitter blow, a bitter way to lose the lead of the race. I don't think this place really likes me. On the 13th time here, I've finally concluded that it hates me. So yeah.
But do you hate it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the feeling's quite mutual.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
I'm alright. How are the nerves?
Not good. Fuck, it's long, it's really long.
Unbelievable. What, an hour and a half to go now?
An hour and a half and it will be terrible. I mean, we are not supposed to box anymore, we just have to fuel save, and I mean, not even fuel save, but stay ahead of the other car, sister car.
How does that change compared to the rest of the race? Because it looked like a sprint every race, and now you got to...
With yeah, they were so competitive. We avoided all mistake. We've been running all the way through, and I mean the two cars are next to each other. We got very unlucky during the night. We lost 4 minutes, just with full course yellow, bad full course yellow, very bad timing to the sister car. But now we're back. They had some issues on the last pit stop, and I mean we have the pace, so we hope to stay ahead.
And now there's nothing you can do.
No, I have to wait on end seat.
How's your heart?
Not good. Not good. No, it's really long. Honestly, it's tough. Because it's out of my hands, but I have obviously full trust with Yifei. Has been incredibly strong. He's been all the night the quickest of all of us, and now he's finishing. So hopefully it stays dry. He's pulling a gap, and if we have no issue and he can bring it to the end, I will be the happiest man.
What is it about this place that makes it so special, man?
I think if you win Le Mans, you know, I was thinking all night, if I lose Le Mans for 8 seconds, I will be very pissed off. And if I can win it by 8 seconds, I'll be very happy. It's just an incredible place. I grew up here with my father, and I don't know, it's special, and it has such a big enthusiasm around it.
Nice, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping.
Orange flag car 91.
I'm sorry, Louis, if we jinxed it for you. And on the very last lap. But this is Le Mans. She can be so cruel. As the clock ticks over and 24 hours are complete, it's the number 7 Toyota of Kobayashi, Conway and Lopez who overcome years of heartache for victory, leading the sister number 8 across the line with Alpine in third. A dash to the line in LMP2 results in the number 31 WRT easing the devastation for their sister crew with a win by 0.7 seconds from the number 28 Jota. And in GTE Pro, it's Ferrari and AF Corse who seize the day.
Tell me what's going on in here right now.
It's emotional because that's number 2. Yeah, it's just an amazing feeling to win. This is one of the biggest races in the world, and I'm over the moon for the guys. Ferrari, we got the president here as well, so that puts us in good stead. I'm sure he's over the moon. So yeah, speechless, buddy. And it's good to see you.
Oh, mate,
good to see you.
Great job. Well done, man. Congratulations. Jim, you just brought 2 cars home at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. How does it feel, man?
To see 2 cars that all of us together here made with our name on it is just unbelievable. That's what it's about. It's the journey. And I think we showed the world that a small private team can rock the house.
Guess she turned out to be cruel.
I would say. Oh god. I'm knackered. You know, yeah. Fuck, man. At the end, I was just racing for pleasure, which is also fun. You know, we're here to win that. What a shame.
I know. But the team on the podium, though.
Yeah, sister car on the podium. I heard they missed it by 7/10. Man, Le Mans. Fuck, I love this thing. You enjoyed it? You liked it?
It's been the best weekend of my life.
Awesome.
And it's been so good to see you, brother.
And you, man.
I've missed you, man.
All the best.
Take care. We talked last night about the agony and the ecstasy. Is that what keeps you coming back?
Well, I mean, we ended up finishing 4th from 12 minutes down. We lost 11 in the pits. Yeah, I mean, it's a real mix of emotion. But right now, it's a lot of accomplishment. You know, P4 from so far back. You know, that shows the sort of fighting spirit that you can never give up in a race like this.
It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced. It's unreal.
I'm glad you enjoy it. It's a real addiction, this race, and it's like a sadistic pleasure. You know, it sort of hurts so much, but sometimes you just want to always come back.
Avant de voir bien sûr les pilotes Toyota soulever ce grand trophée, l'héritage avec un drapeau bleu, blanc, rouge à l'arrivée. C'est très important et dans ces moments.
Well, there we go. The 24 Hours of Le Mans 2021 is over. My first, and I gotta say, probably no understatement to say a life-changing weekend. I've been to motor races. I've been attending motor races my whole life. I've been lucky enough to be employed in motor racing for 20 years. But this weekend took me back to the first day I ever saw racing cars. I was 4 years old at the Prescott Hill climb with my dad. They say Le Mans chooses you because it's never over until it's over. That's reflective of the dedication that it takes to win here, allied to supreme skill. But there is a bit of luck, there is a bit of fate, there is a bit of fortune. The pride which I've experienced this weekend for every competitor is perhaps unparalleled, because to race here, even to start this race, means something. To finish it is something else. The passion that is shared amongst this place is what drives this race. But it's the people, above everything else, that makes the Le Mans 24 Hours what it is. And I'm not just talking about the drivers, but the boys and girls in those garages, the people in the motorhomes making it all happen, the operations staff that run this race, the vendors, the marshals trackside, and of course, the fans in the grandstands, the lifeblood and oxygen of motor racing. I may be short of sleep, and I may be an overly emotional guy at the best of times, but this is, without question, the greatest race in the world. I'll be back.